Alright, what's going on, everyone? So, Wizards of the Coast just, 4 days ago. Look, I'm a little bit late. Oh crap, is this video gonna go up before the set releases? I'm recording this on the 17th. And it releases, what does it, 21st? Well, whatever. The point is, when they first released this gallery, they messed up and they posted it with completely uncompressed images. They were massive, and you just couldn't load the page, or I couldn't on my internet, but they fixed it looks like. So today, I just want to go through the cards, and we're going to see if this is going to be worth buying, because I'm still on the fence whether I want to buy the pre-order bundle with the draft tokens or just buy packs. So we're going to look through the set and see specifically how good the rares are, because I don't know what they've included and what they haven't. So let's take a look. First off, always watching. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to bring up Scryfall in another window so I can check to see which cards are already on the client, because sometimes stuff is released and I'm not sure, and like a old anthology or something. So first off, always watching. Very cool. Non-token creatures get +1/+1, and the big one there is Vigilance. Hasn't really been played outside of Standard, so don't know if this is going to be super playable, but it was fun in Standard. Blessed Alliance has seen some play for its versatility with Escalate, so that's kind of cool. Also just an uncommon. Same thing with Collected Brutality. That's the black one. The white one is Collective Effort. Sees some play for versatility reasons in sideboards. Bygone Bishop is cool. Is this already on the client? It can't be, right? No. Okay, that makes sense. This is played in, it's the top end of aggro deck sometimes, because 3 mana, 2/3 flyer is pretty good. But whenever you cast a creature, you get to investigate, a small creature. Investigate meaning you get a clue token, which you can then crack to draw. So very good at refilling your hand. Declaration in Stone was very cool. I think this is a little bit dated now with Fateful Absence. I don't know if people still play this. Do they? Do they still play this in Pioneer? Lots of commons and uncommons. Odric's cool, but not really playable. Okay, so here's two big ones. Selfless Spirit is played in Tribal Spirits and just creature-based decks. 2 mana, 2 power, flying, great. Sacrifice it, creatures you control gain indestructible, so it protects against board sweepers. Very good card. Expect this to see play. Sigarda's Aid enables Colossal Hammer decks, right? It's 1 mana, gives a creature +10/+10. That's insane. The problem is, cost 8 to equip, but Sigarda's Aid, it allows you to cast Aura and equipment with flash, and then when they enter, you get to attach them for free. So with Sigarda's Aid, not only can you equip this for free, 1 mana for +10/+10, but you can cast it with flash. So what you can do is you can attack with a couple creatures. Whatever gets unblocked, you just flash in Colossal Hammer and it's 10 damage. So that enables an entire Pioneer deck and a Modern deck, a Modern Hammer decks, Hammer Time decks. So this is pretty huge. Nothing here. Oh, Thalia. Played in aggressive tempo decks. Mix your creatures or your opponent's creatures and non-basic lands enter tapped. On to blue. Confirm suspicions. Nothing exciting there. Not great. Nothing great here. Why is this loaded? This card's just not loading. Invasive Surgery. What is this? Okay, this is actually played. Yeah, counter target sorcery. This is played in sideboards. Oh, yeah, that's cool. I don't know why it's not loading, but that's actually good. Mausoleum Wonder would be very exciting if it wasn't already on the client. How did it get on there? Was it a explore? And see, the problem with these anthologies is this would have been a really cool thing to open, but now it's like people already have them, right? Because it's already on the client. So that's awkward. Pieces of the Puzzle is huge for Lotus combo decks. We still don't have the key pieces to Lotus combo, but I mean, this is one of them. Is this already on the client? It is not. So that's another piece of the Lotus combo decks. Pour Over the Page is also played, right? Both of these, so that's cool. Here's another really cool card that would have been really exciting, but we already have it because anthology sets, I think, or a jumpstart set or something, I don't know. Nothing else here. Yeah, not too much in blue. Few things. Alms of the Vein is fun, not super competitive. Collective Brutality, great sideboard card, been played in Modern. Again, versatility, does a lot of things. Dark Salvation, fun, not necessarily super competitive. Diregraph Colossus as well, good in tribal zombie decks. I think this is already on the client and it's not played. Haunted Dead has been played in combo decks and budget dredge decks and stuff, so that's kind of cool. Indulgent Aristocrat also has been played in the past in Pauper or budget aristocrat decks, so that's interesting. Liliana the Last Hope, also very playable, very good planeswalker. Plus, to give a creature -2/-1, so it picks off small creatures for a 3-mana planeswalker, it's pretty good. And it can also return creatures from your graveyard to hand, so that's awesome. And if you get to -7, of course, that's a really good ultimate. Mind Rack Demon, not great. Macabre Waltz has also been played in graveyard-based decks, but not competitively. Newscraft Mob is a no. Relentless Dead is amazing, played in Tribal Zombies and Mono Black Devotion decks. Very good card. Hasn't seen, like, it's one of those cards that does crop up quite a bit, but never, like, consistently a tier 1 card, so I expect this to be played a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Tree of Perdition is a meme card. Triskaidekaphobia, I made a short about that recently, so there's that. Nothing here jumping out at me. Bedlam Reveler was a very fun, kind of like a budget burn card. You would put this in the place of, like, some burn card that was too expensive that you didn't want to pay for, and it's alright. It has this cost reduced by the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, so ideally it's a 2-mana, 3/4, has prowess, and when it enters, you discard your hand and draw 3. Burn your opponent's face, you throw all your burn spells at them, your graveyard fills up with spells, then you pay 2 for this, it's a 3/4, and you get 3 more cards, hopefully 3 more burn spells, and then it has prowess, so it gets bigger when you cast those burn spells. Never was like super tier 1, but was something that you'd play on a budget. Jank, got some jank here. Golden Knight Castigator is a silly card. It's a 4-mana 4/9 with flying and haste, but it like doubles damage to you. Incendiary Flow was standard playable as a creature removal spell, not really up to Explorer and Pioneer standards, I don't think. Insolent Neonate is played in Dredge decks. It's not as common now, but played in I missed a card, didn't I? Hang on. I went through blue already and I didn't see Thing in the Ice. I know Thing in the Ice is here. I just realized that. Is this an incomplete list? Excuse me? S T Thing in the Ice isn't here? Huh? This is the complete list, right? I know Thing in the Ice is in the set. Why isn't it there? I don't know. Weird. So where am I? Insolent Neonate. Played in graveyard decks. And combo decks and stuff. It might be outclassed by today's standard. It was in tier 1 Dredge in Modern for a long time. But not sure if it's still playable today. But that's cool. This is some junk here. More junk. Sin Prodder's fun, but not super competitive. We're in green now. Let's see. Cryptolith Rite is a fun combo card, not competitive typically. Eldritch Evolution is pretty huge. This is played in a lot of creature toolbox decks. You sacrifice a creature, and then you get something with mana value X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's mana value. So if you sacrifice a 3-drop, you can get a 5-drop, which is really good. Very cool. Ishkanah was a very powerful standard card. Not really played competitively outside of standard, but it was fun. It was a good card. Nothing else. Tireless Tracker again would be really cool. This would be like a big selling point of the set, but it's already on the client because it was in an anthology set. Traverse the Ulvenwald is also pretty cool. Hasn't really seen a ton of play, but it's not bad. Ulvenwald Hydra is another fun card that's not been competitive. Not too much in green. Okay, multicolored cards. Anguished Unmaking is, it's like a it's 3 mana, instant, which is pretty good. Exile anything, any non-land permanent. You do lose 3 lives, so it's dangerous, so you don't want like 4 of these in your deck. It gets very bad, but like a that answers anything is pretty good. Fevered Visions is fun. This was somewhat modern playable for a very brief time. Grimflare Classic, not only was this insane and standard, but it was modern playable for a short time. Was played in a lot of like Golgari rock decks, so that's pretty cool. Nahiri has been in a lot of broken combo decks, usually getting Emrakul. We have a lot of decks that do this now. These sort of like transmogrify decks that, you sacrifice a small creature and you get a really, really big one. Prized Amalgam is amazing. Is this on the client? There's no way, right? It is not. Yeah, this is played in competitive Dredge decks in Modern. It's a 3 mana 3/3, so not good. But if you have a creature enter the battlefield from the graveyard, and this is in your graveyard, then it tags along, basically. If you can reanimate another creature, this comes along with it. So this is played in dredge decks where you try to put your entire deck into your graveyard, and then you reanimate one creature, and you get 2 or 3 of these along with it. It's pretty good. This Sigarda is kind of fun, but not competitive. Sorin also the same. Spell Queller is insanely good. I assume this should finally push Explorer Spirit decks into Azorius, because currently in paper, most Spirit decks are Azorius or Bant, but on Arena, they're almost all mono blue. So with this, and with the white spirit we saw earlier, I guess I can go up to it. Where is it? I forget the name of it. Selfless Spirit. These should, I have to assume, they're finally going to push the mono blue spirits into Azorius on Arena. I went too far. Where am I? I am right here. So, very good. If you don't know, it's a 3-mana 2/3, has flash, flying. When it enters, you can exile a spell, so it basically counters a spell. And then when it dies, it recasts that spell. So basically, it's like a brutal Cathari for spells. Your opponent plays a removal, then in response, you play Spell Queller, and you nab the removal out of the air. It goes under the Spell Queller, and then if they kill the Spell Queller, that spell will go back on the stack. But it can make it really awkward because, they can play a removal spell on something that's really good, and then you can nab it out of the air. And then later in the game, when they get the Spell Queller, when they kill this, they might not have a good target, so even if their removal spell now resolves, you kind of mess up with the timing. So it's pretty cool. Alright, moving on. We have Decimator of Provinces. I was a big fan of this card. The Big Pig. This is basically, Craterhoof Behemoth. So Craterhoof Behemoth, right, 5/5 haste. When it enters, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. It's similar to this, but very different. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample, but it has trample and haste, and it's a 7/7. Compare that to just haste and a 5/5. But what's cool about this is it has Emerge, which means you can play it for its Emerge cost if you sacrifice a creature. So its Emerge cost is already cheaper, it's only 9. But something you could do with this is combine it with a card like Ravenous Chupacabra, right? This is a 4-mana 2/2. When it enters, it destroys a creature. So the reason this was so good in Standard is it's basically a removal spell. It's a sorcery speed, 4 mana, blow up a creature, but then you get a 2/2 and maybe that trades, maybe it chump blocks, whatever. But with Decimator, you would sacrifice it. It reduces the cost by 4. So at that point, you've gotten most of the value out of this after you blow up a creature. So if you sacrifice it to Decimator, it's a 5-mana, 7/7 trample haste that gives everything else +2/+2 and trample when it enters. So, not a good card technically, but I was a big fan of it. So, I might end up playing this. I don't know, we'll see. Elder Deep Fiend is, it's very similar. Emerge 7, so you sacrifice a creature to reduce the cost. It has flash, and when it enters, you can tap up to 4 target permanents. So this has a ton of utility. First, you can just cast it to tap blockers to attack for the win, but you can also flash it in on your opponent's turn to tap down all their attackers, and it's a flash 5/6, so it's a surprise blocker. But another funny thing you can do with this is you can actually flash it in during your opponent's upkeep and tap their lands and basically brick their turn. So it was fun, not super competitive in Pioneer, so I don't know how much it's going to be played, but if I open a few of these, I might end up throwing a deck together with this, just because it's a classic. I don't know how good it is, but I always liked Elder Deep Fiend. Emrakul is insane, so this, it's obviously very expensive. It's really difficult to cast, but what's interesting is when you cast it, you get to just take your opponent's turn. Literally, you take control of them and do whatever you want on their turn. You gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. And I have to imagine this was a nightmare to program. I saw some tweets from WotC staff saying yeah, this was dumb. But they got it in, so that's pretty cool. I don't know how the UI is going to work with controlling your opponent's turn, but it's there. Wretched Griff, classic popper card. We have artifacts. Nothing here. Yeah, nothing. Not interested. Nope. Don't. It's a trap. Don't play this card. It's a trap. It's so bad. But also it's a 2-mana 5/5. But don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, it's a mistake. There's no. This isn't the full list. I didn't see Thing in the Ice. Lands. These lands are not very good, but if you open them and you need more duels, they'll work. We've got some junk lands. This is decent. It's played in some control decks and stuff. It's a 2 mana. It's a 0 mana because it's a lands, but it taps for colorless. It's a legendary, but you can pay to tap it, and each player draws a card, then discards. If your opponent has no cards in hand, they just draw a card and then discard what they draw, whereas you get to choose and filter if you have more cards in hand. So played in control decks usually. Then we get the lands. Why didn't I see Thing in the Ice? Oh, okay. Double face cards are down here. Got it. Okay, so Avacyn's cool. Is it good? I don't know. Not really. Not anymore. Was good. Arlen, I don't know. Do people play? If you play Rule Werewolves, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. Not interested. This is obviously just very, very, very stupid. It's a stupid thing that you're never going to pull off, but yeah, you can try. Why is this one flipped already? Duskwatch Recruiter's pretty cool. This is played in a lot of creature combo decks. This, along with Eldritch Evolution, should enable some creature-based combo decks that look to combine certain creatures for like infinite combos and stuff. So that's very cool. Was that on the client already? That's another one that I'm not sure. It is not. So that's very cool, and it's uncommon, easy to craft. That's nice. This was a fun card. This is not good. This is not a good card. This is mostly junk. This was standard playable, but not good now. There it is. Yeah, Thing in the Ice. This is huge. This enables Arclight Phoenix. Is Arclight Phoenix still a competitive deck in Explorer or Pioneer? Pioneer. Sorry, I said Explorer. Yeah, it's right here. They don't always play. Yeah, they don't always play Thing in the Ice. Let's click through these. How do they all not play Thing in the Ice? No, see, this one's playing 4. And then we click here, and this one's playing 1, and then I don't know, we'll click here, and this one's playing 1. That's a very common ratio, it seems. We'll click here, that one's playing 1. God dang it, can we find one with yeah, this combo 4, 4, and 1 seems to be the most common breakdown. But it's pretty cool. We're still missing stuff. We need Khans of Tarkir to get this stuff. Is Treasure Cruise on the client? Or was it in the last anthology? No. Okay, so yeah, we need Treasure Cruise and Temporal Trespass. We got pieces of the puzzle though, so there you go. That's new. So this deck's getting close to being done. Getting closer. Any lands we're missing? Not really. I just got Invasive Surgery. There you go. There's another one. So this deck is getting Thing in the Ice, pieces of the puzzle, and Invasive Surgery in the sideboard. So that's pretty cool. Alright, moving on. Why did it scroll me back up? I don't know. Nothing here. Nothing. I mean, this is fun. Westvale Abbey has been sort of played in like jank combo decks. It taps for colorless. You can pay 5, pay 1 life to make a 1/1. That is absolutely terrible. 5 mana for a 1/1 is not good, but if you can get 5 creatures in play, including tokens, 5 mana, sacrifice 5 tokens, and it transforms into a 9/7 flying lifelink indestructible haste. So that's a fun one. It's a fun one, not super competitive. So what are we looking at? It seems decent. I wonder if, hang on just a second. Oh yeah, there's also the Shadows of the Past cards. Right, I mean, these aren't Explorer playable, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. I mean, it's cool to have Lingering Souls, but I don't play Historic, so yeah, none of this really matters. I mean, Snapcaster's cool, it's not Pioneer playable, so it's not Explorer playable. Gristlebrand, Falkenrath Noble is pretty cool. Unburial Rites. Lots of cool stuff. Faithless Looting. Classic. I mean, this is cool. Yeah, it does. Oh, Diregraph Captain. No, that's gonna make me, and Drogskull Captain. Dang, if there's anything that's gonna make me want to play Historic, it's Diregraph Captain. I'm such a big fan of tribal zombie decks with this. Whenever a zombie you control dies, target opponent loses 1. That's it. But zombies are so good at dying and coming back, That I just love. I love this. And Geist. Oh, there's lots of great multicolored cards. Huntmaster of the Fells. Yeah, all the good stuff is in. And Stormkirk Captain. Fun tribal zombie card. Or vampire, not zombie. Dang. Yeah, there's cool stuff down here. Not, I'm never gonna play Historic, so whatever. What I want to do, does that work? I can look at just the rares. Great, there's 66. So how many of them are competitive? We're looking at, we're not even gonna count fun stuff like this. We've got 1, 2, not really. Maybe 3, 4 for sure. 5-ish. Well, I guess if you don't have these, we'll count these just in case you don't have them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish, 13, 14, and then we have the mythics as well. 14, 15, I guess, yeah. 16. Does that count? I don't know. 17 for sure. So like 17 cards that I would say are like basically close to tier 1 playable. There's more good stuff than I would expect. Is there any way to say like not in a set? Use SE set edition. Can I say not in a set? Is it possible to say not in a set? Yes, negative N. Alright, we need to, I just want to see which cards were left out, is what I want to know. Alright, so I do N SOI. Does that work? Great. And then I do negative N SIR. 129 cards not in this. Wow, there's way more than I expected. And this isn't Eldritch Moon yet. Yeah, I did not expect this many cards missing. Eerie Interlude. That's a good one though. Why wouldn't that be in? Is that already on the client? It is. Okay. Yeah, this isn't in, but it's already there. Is there anything else? Not really. All right. Just looking at what's missing. Nothing jumping out at me as, like stuff that should be in. Oh, this is such a good card. This was in Jumpstart. Yeah. Okay. So most of the stuff that's missing is just already on the client so far. And then we have like just junk, like common, like a 4-mana 5/2. We don't need it. Don't need it. And Inexorable Blob is fun though. Is that already on the client? I guess I should check. It is not. When it attacks, if there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, you get a 3/3. And it's a 3-mana 3/3. I mean, that seems like a fun card that I would like to have, but okay, Invocation of Saint Trapped is kind of fun. So missing some things, I guess. Anything else here? I mean, this is Pauper playable, or it was years ago. I haven't played Pauper in a long time. What do I know about Pauper? But it was Pauper playable at one point. I had a standard deck with this, so it was really fun. No silver for Partisan, but also, yeah, Soul Swallower. Lots of like kind of cool cards that just were never quite. Oh, but that's already on the client, right? Because people play it in Brawl. Yeah. Okay. Way more cards though. Unruly Mob, that's also on the client already. Interesting. So what's the code for Eldritch Moon? 85 cards. Well, this is then. So I don't know why that's here. I mean, it was never that good. Crypt Breaker's cool. That's already on the client. Is it? Wait, is it? I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, it is. It is on the client. Good for zombie decks. Yeah, these are broken because these are in the set. I mean, Oath of Liliana's fun. That's not in. When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature for 3. At the beginning of your end step, if a planeswalker enters the battlefield under your control, make it 2/2. I feel like this was worth adding. That's one that should have been in my opinion. Nothing else though. No. None of this. All right. Yeah, nothing too much. All right. So we're maybe missing a few cards that I would have liked to have seen in, but nothing crazy. So anyway, what do I think? I think there's enough power here. I mean, the most important thing is that we just get Pioneer decks finished, and this does improve some. It makes Spirits better, it makes Phoenix better, it enables Hammer Time. We got a piece of Lotus Field combo. We got like, I would say 4 or 5 like really necessary cards for tier 1 decks, and also just a lot of pretty cool stuff that would be played and kind of casual and tier 2 and tier 3 decks. So yeah, it's pretty good. Not complaining. Definitely want to see more of this. So definitely not complaining about these old sets being added. Obviously, I would prefer the entire sets. We're missing, what was it, like 200 plus cards, but still pretty good. So there you go. That's just a quick little overview. God, we've been recording for so long. An overview of Shadows Over Innistrad. I think that set's pretty cool. I might buy 50 packs or $50 worth of packs, which would be 45 packs, but maybe we'll do an opening. I don't know, but overall, I think it's pretty good. I'll definitely be playing Explorer as well after the set releases. I'm going to try Is a Phoenix. I'm going to try all the tier 1 decks with the new cards that were added. So, going to try Azoria Spirits, going to try Is a Phoenix, stuff like that. So expect that stuff to come in the near future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.